The expanded talent pool refers to recruitment and retention of employees. Creating a diverse environment and culture leads to the attraction of more diverse and talented individuals to an organization. Multiple viewpoints are important because it's important to remember that diverse individuals come from all walks of life and thus having all different experiences. These experiences can be great insight to problem solving issues or creativity. For decision making, the multiple viewpoints lead to better decisions because they focus on an array of issues, especially when creating a system for the whole organization like our project. Having as many possible viewpoints in mind when coming to a conclusion leads to a more effective outcome. Some of the challenges for diversity can be an unconscious bias, and this is when managers and leaders have an inherent bias to choose people like themselves. This can be particularly seen with race, and when someone has a strong relationship with others. The earlier created list of skills and process help to eliminate this bias and provide a sort of map to help choose members. Next is the actual diversity level. When addressing diversity, people have the tendency to focus on surface level diversity or those primary traits more than deep level diversity or those secondary traits. Surface level diversity is easier to distinguish for most, but should not be the only level taken into account. Educational and experience traits lead to important benefits in a team setting because they create discussion and bring relevant information. Next is perceived diversity. And for this, again, Thompson points out when team members perceive themselves to be diverse in terms of information, conflict increases. And this means if a team's members believe their abilities or information is different from one another, they will fail to agree and have trouble working together. This has many negative reinforcements, including negative job attitudes and even turnover. Just putting diverse members together is not enough. They must also have similar and applicable knowledge, skills, and abilities to thrive. And last are fault lines. And fault lines are when teams split into subgroups. An example can be maybe there's a group of older white women and a group of younger Asian men. And these groups will be more cohesive together and identify with each other more. This breaks apart the actual team cohesion and can lead to stalemates and decision-making issues. Next is how we can move towards an effective performance. And one way to do that is through norming. Norming is a process stage where rules and norms are established. And a norm is basically what is the usual type of behavior expected. It can be spoken or implied, and trust is established during norming. One part of norming is strengths and encouraging everyone to use their strengths. These are, as a leader, how I can create norming in our group. And another way would be to focus on commitments and appreciation. Sometimes a simple thank you or good job goes a long way. Also, honoring your word and always following through. Another way I can create norming is to encourage creativity within the team and inspire innovation and celebrate their accomplishments. And then I can allow for some back and forth when new goals are set. New goals mean new expectations, which can change the norms in our group. It is my main job as a leader to motivate, and motivation should be done throughout the entire process to encourage them to meet their goals. Next is structure, and a team structure must be created and realized for maximum effectiveness. And then task orientation, and tasks must be clearly defined. Each member must know what is expected of them, and they can coordinate their activities to achieve their goals. Also, there's interdependence. Each team member will rely on each other in some way to be successful, and members who trust each other will work well together. Having a defined goal to work towards also brings team members together. Next is a purpose. A team with a purpose in what they are created to do. This establishes their goals and gives them direction. Our team is short term with the purpose of creating an effective performance evaluation system to best suit the company's needs. A well-defined purpose helps integrate new members if needed. Next is member familiarity. And this is particularly important in a multifunctional team like ours, since they are from various departments. The members will not know each other well. So team bonding exercises will help them to better get to know one another and how they interact together. And that's how we can really establish norming. Next thing that's really important if we want to move towards effective performance is, as a leader, I have to coach our team, and I must directly interact with the team to keep them motivated and on task. And there are three key elements to coaching. One is through functions, and functions is about tasks and not people. The purpose of this element is to prevent performance threats and to build team composition. The performance focuses are on the knowledge, skills, and abilities of the members. This is basically like the why of the team. Next is about time. When coaching, another element to focus on is when coaching is needed for the team. And it's important for its effectiveness on when to do it. It is best in the beginning to motivate your team. That's when you want to coach for motivation. During the process or in the middle of it, it's best to use the consultative coaching to make sure everybody's still on task. And at the end, using educational coaching is the best to ensure that the team is always growing. And that's basically the when, and then conditions are the setting or the where of when coaching takes place, and that also plays a part in the process. So basically, these three main key functions are the why, when, and where of coaching. Once we understand that, we can talk about the key elements, sort of the conditions. Or basically, if I pay close attention to my team, I can focus on performance with these functions. And one function is motivation. And this can be reached through a reward system. Getting all the members to participate and minimizing social loafing enhances team effectiveness. Rewards and motivation build the team's commitment to the task. Making sure this is done early on with the project creates a better environment throughout. Next is through coordination. Coordinating the team through the whole process keeps them on track and focus. It's best to keep them updated and to minimize their habit process or going into sort of autopilot mode. Habits lead to less motivation. Keeping strategies new and unique will help keep the team creative and decisive. This should be done throughout the project. Last are the knowledge, skills, and ability. And keeping the team educated and understanding their individual knowledge, skills, and abilities is vital to the team and the organization. This technique builds the talent pool of the company and makes the company competitive. Building the members' knowledge, skills, and abilities also helps keep the team even and well-rounded in a whole. Educational coaching effects should be done at the end of the process. This is so that I can understand and assess where the members' strengths and weaknesses are. If any members have any particular rough areas, it's good to focus and train those particular members. Training a person in their problem areas leads to current and future outcomes of effectiveness. In the end, some teams need more coaching than others. It is up to me to understand the team and their needs, and I am up to the task. Thank you.